All right, cool. So I'm going to take a little bit of a step back just because we kind of wrapped it up real quick because we were past the magic time. But yeah, so you guys fought your way to the through the castle, splitting up the group as you neared the throne room, and you guys took the royal secret entrance into the chambers, where you were sadly detected with. I think that was Lorna on the second time, or was it Josel on the second time? But you guys came into the room, detected, didn't give what Ursula was seeking. She quickly dispatched her illusion, revealing that the King Triton had already been dead, and it looked like he had been dead for some time. And immediately sent her pets, Flotsam and Jetsam, against you guys to kill you and take the keys away from you guys. You guys worked immediately, started attacking back and working as a group, kind of splitting them up and quickly dispatching, not quickly, but effectively killing them as quickly as possible, to the point where Ursula had no chance but to escape and flee through the veil. You guys completed your battle, assessed the wounds of King Triton, and determined he's been passed for a week, maybe 2 weeks tops. You spoke with the dead, though, and you were able to identify the path or where he had hidden the key this whole time. And it was in one of the more defensible positions of the castle and right beneath his seat. And as you guys use the key to reveal the passage, you guys stand at this open passage that leads down below, and you see the rest of the royal family. Sebastian Finnicus is kind of helping unchain, get them out of cages, just free them a little bit. You notice that it's all of you are putting together the way Sebastian and Finnicus are addressing them, telling them that it's all other daughters of King Triton. What would you guys like to do?
I think we were about to go get that artifact.
Okay. You guys go down, start swimming down, or did you guys want to talk to anyone? You did still also hear explosions off in the distance, so you're still feeling some of those vibrations from the distance. They're becoming a little bit more frequent, but still distant enough, maybe every 5-10 minutes now, but still too frequent. Okay. Everyone else is going to go into the chamber.
Yeah.
All right. You swim down and descend pretty much a straight shot below the seat of the king. As you swim down, you see little licks of light, blue little flames, little candles that seem to be kind of set in different, what do they call that? Sconces, I guess, of some sort. But you look at it, and it actually looks like some blue flame, even though it's underwater. So you, Faye, if you're detecting magic at all, you would immediately notice that this is some kind of enchanted item. The candles, obviously, some kind of magical flame. But as you guys continue down, you eventually enter this chamber. And get you a picture of someone. All right. So you start coming down into the chamber, and as you approach the room, you see this faint blue glow come from the room that you're about to enter. And similar to entering other rooms in the past, you see what seems to be some kind of projection of a man with long not necessarily dreaded, but tethered hair. Looks to be wearing some brown and black leathers, carrying a staff, some pointy ears, and let's go ahead and show it. And instead of those little bees, you see these little tiny fish that kind of swim up to his projection and then just pass through him as he kind of pays attention to the little critters that are swimming around. And he looks at you all as you enter the room. And
Getting heavy druid vibes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He definitely is a druid. I don't know why the hell OneNote did not say. Oh, here we go. It's synchronizing now. Well, I typed up the stuff on OneNote and I had synced to my desktop yet. So yes, you will see this man, and he looks at you all and goes, "So you are the ones that I've been waiting all this time for."
Greetings.
Greetings. Though our meeting usually doesn't mean that these are on good terms out there.
Could be worse.
Could be much worse.
Correct. I could be talking to someone else other than you.
Yeah,
So
luckily the bitch was an idiot and didn't know to go down.
see, he's gonna look at you, Fantasia. I see that Salona chose someone to match her personality quite well.
I nod.
And I sense my friend Elio nearby, but he's not here with me.
The one that has his bracers is up top helping keep watch.
It sounds like Elio chose well as well.
What about you?
That's what I'm trying to determine. Merlin said that, us followers would have to choose who to give ourselves to, whom we think would be best to accomplish this impossible thing for you. Who of you are worthy to carry my key that we forged with our souls 1,500 years ago? Which of you will want to fight for all of Fantasia?
Is that a trick question?
It's no small thing that's being asked upon you. It's hard to even ask you to commit or promise something like that without being told exactly what you're promising your lives to.
I shall take it.
Very eager. What would you do with my gifts, friend?
I would return home and see to it that it fights for your world as it did once all those centuries ago.
Would you continue to fight alongside your friends to return balance to this world? And stop that with plans to take over the rest of Fantasia.
They be strong. They can't be doing this alone.
No. None of us can do this alone. We sacrificed our lives on the promise that Merlin said Destiny would bring those that could do what we could not complete.
One life I have given, another I shall give again.
I believe you. he will kind of look around the room, and with no one else really speaking up, he does assess the other, Anika for a moment, and Josel. He pauses a moment at Josel. He goes, You, my friend, are quiet.
What do you want me to say?
You do not seem like you are. So, are you concerned about not fighting alongside your friends as well?
I was given a job and I will see it to the end.
Interesting. I think you might have some defenses up. Perhaps this might change from a professional calling to a pro bono call.
I have my reasons.
I could tell, and I think once you resolve those reasons, it might be time for you as well. He'll also look at you, Cronus, for a moment as he makes his way to Bart and say, you have a lot of resentment and rage still left to resolve, but I can tell that you're making great strides against your inner demons. Soon, I think you will be ready for one of my other friends' abilities. Continue to seek these keys out. And as he finally approaches you, Bart, he will extend a hand to you with a golden key with red rubies kind of inlaid into it around the headpiece of the key. And as you, I assume you accept it.
Yeah, he takes it.
Yeah. And as you accept it, you'll see this warm glow just kind of radiate from the key into your body. The key kind of vanishes and appears on your person. These black boots that seem to have, like, at quick glance as you take a few steps in them, look like they have black leaves that fall from your boots, but just vanish. They leave no actual trace. It's just purely aesthetic and a little illusionary enchantment. And as you wear these boots, it will take a little time to attune to them, unless you wish to attune to them right away. But you will notice that you seem a little bit faster. Your steps seem swifter, quicker. You seem more nimble and agile in these boots. And he will say to you that these boots will do you many favors to get to where you need to go fast. I know our time is short, and and Merlin has specific things, instructions given to us, but I'm sure you might have questions or anything I might be able to provide for you all. And he's looking at you, Bart, first to see if you have any questions about the gift he is giving you.
I feel a bit nimbler in my step. What other properties may they hold?
And he will share with you. All right. Some of these things you will only experience when around some of my other friends. But these boots shall make you go faster and quicker, and a little bit could offer you a little guidance while you're out in the wilds and trying to survive the elements. And out of character, these are called the Treads of Rastel, and they do require attunement. and the from what his description and what he'll tell you is their boots of speed. That's basically your known elements of what these boots do. There are some things that he isn't exactly telling you, but he's telling you that it also does some things and it's around other perhaps relics that some of your other team members may do.
What's the last name of it again? The Treads of
Restel. Here, I'll put it like here. So if you want to just copy a Boots of Speed into your character sheet and then just add some additional details or something, and I'll give you a handout here eventually.
Yeah.
Let me do this for you real quick. So and that's so you got the Boots of Speed. It does something on your other stuff that I just messaged you, and it has that enchantment if you wish for that effect to take place, so that you can willingly turn that effect on or off if you want, like the black leaves to fall from his boots, kind of like where his footsteps were left.
I mean, that's pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
If he wants some aesthetic.
Well, I just didn't know. I didn't
really
want
quick, and then boom, black leaf.
So he will look to the rest of you. And just kind of offer you a general look of this is going to be okay as long as you guys support one another. But is there anything anyone would like to ask him before he departs from you?
Nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Wait, I got one question.
All right.
How can we find out more about the items that we've already gotten?
As I will share with Bar my secrets, I'm sure they will share their secrets with you as soon as they feel like you are worthy of wielding those powers.
I nod.
I can feel some uneasiness with you. Something falters with your relationship with Salona to some degree, but it seems like it's a relationship that's on the upswing that you guys have been recovering.
Yeah. Is there a way to? I know she's spoken to me before. Is there a way to talk to the spirits within the items on our own, or is it just when you choose to?
When we have something important to say, we will say it, but we are always listening. So even though you may not hear us speak back, we always are listening to questions or things that you may ask of us.
I nod.
You guys have done come a long way, and I can tell that the fear has played a major part in some of your downward spirals here and there, but you guys have continued to rise above and come forward. And from what I can tell from Salona and the memories she's sharing with me, it's you guys are the right group to continue to wield our powers. Just don't let the fear derail you too far. That's what will cause everyone, or that'll be our ultimate fall if we let fear kind of control us. That's what gave birth to the Empress, and that's what has gotten us here today. And then at that point, he's just going to immediately start to turn into ether and turn into that glowing red light and consume into your boots that you're wearing, Bart, now. And you guys are left alone in this room with some of this more candles burning on the sconces and four corners of the room. But what would you like to do?
Requirement that they all be sagey like that? Or were the other ones sagey like that? I've never actually met one before.
So, I'm sorry. I think I'm saying her name.
Oh, it's in
wrong.
character. You're good.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I think it's a spirit thing.
I think it depends on the spirit.
Was yours a smart ass or something?
We share similar personalities.
So
That would be
yes.
a yes.
God's fear the one that picks me. Well, let's get out of the creepy whatever this is.
All right. So you guys swim back to the top where you had left Lorna and the rest of the royal family. And as you guys are swimming, those explosions that were 5-10 minutes apart are definitely a solid 5 apart. And you're feeling that they're getting even closer. The frequency and how close they are coming, the vibrations, and how how the magnitude of those vibrations seem to be growing. You finally come back to the surface, and you hear Sebastian and Finicus talking to. Sorry, I gotta flip back to this sheet now. Talking to the royal family. Alana kind of mourning over her father's dead corpse. Before they get all the way up there, Laura, I do want to give you the opportunity. Is there anything specific you want to do, or you're just keeping a watchful eye? Okay. So keep your eyes trained on the throne room door to see, make sure no other witches or coven or creatures come after you all. And as the group also rejoins you up back in the throne room, you hear one of the daughters kind of angrily saying to her sisters, they try to take. Try to get into there, find this thing, and father, all he could have done is told him where it was, and he'd still be breathing. And you'll notice one of the other sisters responding to her, and tell her Ursula was going to slay father no matter what. At least now, his death isn't in vain, thanks to Sebastian and you all getting here and stopping her from finding what she was seeking. And Sebastian will say, it was because of their idea to split up. I think we got the upper hand. Took a few losses before getting in here, but it would have been way worse if we had to fight what's out there plus these monsters in here at the same time. And you all are with the family. What do you suggest, or is there anything anyone would like to do here?
So, how likely is it good that those explosions are happening more often? I'll take that as not very likely.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Espa.
I'm up for the second part a lot. And I've been here less time than most of you.
The daughter that you've gathered so far is the. Or wait, are you guys talking to one another? Or are you talking to the family?
Both.
Okay. but one of the daughters will be like, "You're telling us we've lived down here."
Might be a
Whenever
good time to leave.
Yeah, Tina, the older daughter, will say, "Whatever it is, we must leave quick." Ursula only wanted the Triton, and now that she's had that ever since she had lured you all to Atlantis. The Empress wants Atlantis removed, so there's nothing here to try to save. We just get out of here quickly. Plan to just destroy everything, sink the whole city to the ground, carry it and bury it. So Sebastian will say, how do we want to get out of here? Do we want to take the ship and try to get out through the trenches while the explosions are coming on? Or do we want to try to go through the portal? Or does anybody have any other tricks up their sleeves?
Not in this instance. Although, ask me another time, and the answer may be yes. Not a fan, but if it means not blowing up, like it better.
Whichever way, we gotta move quick.
Yep.
Are we taking
Whichever
his
way is
body with us?
fastest. Probably a good idea. Although I don't know, how do you guys do burials? Or is that a thing?
Sebastian will be already kind of carrying the king. He's like, we'll try to see if there's something we can do with the deer. Otherwise, I will help the family take care of its burial arrangements.
For me. Let's go. Wait, we don't know which way are we taking?
That's a good question.
I mean, I feel like the portal is potentially the safest route, but I don't know if we have a way to get from the temple back to the city.
That is
There may
true.
still be a pirate there.
Plus, there might be a time lapse.
True. Time acts weird sometimes.
As long as Marius and Cora are okay. But with the rest of the Atlanteans that made it through the portal, we should have some options.
Or do we still have that scroll of augury that was made?
Can any of us even cast that?
I hold my holy symbol. I can see if Illustrate can allow it to work.
But also, doesn't that just like help in a fight?
Oh,
I know. That one's the one with bad answered questions.
Yep, we can see which way it's going to be the best one.
I like to think of it that once you cast the that spell, it turns into a magic 8-ball.
Essentially.
That is true.
Like, yes, no, terrible idea. Try again.
All right.
Eeny, meeny, miny, which way we take it?
Flip a coin?
So one is through the trenches in a ship, where there still may be bombs going off. And the other is a portal, where there may be a ship on the other end.
Yeah. Sebastian.
And the explosions are getting closer. What a...
All right. It's probably the best option we have.
Honestly, I haven't liked half the options we've had ever, so it's fine. Uh,
I think we were supposed to see exactly what was going on.
oh yeah, I think we were just supposed to find out what was up with Trident and the Kraken. And we figured it out.
I think you have evidence that Trident was not in control of what the Kraken was doing.
I mean, I vote for the portal as well.
Portal it is.
I don't know, guys. I kind of feel like want to go for a walk.
All right.
So long as it be on land, aye.
Let's see here. All right, so you guys are leaving the throne room. The royal family is following behind you. The damned spirits that are still kind of those writhing, elongated creatures from the ground are trying to reach up and wrap themselves around your feet if you guys went too close. But they're helpless little creatures that are easy to avoid as long as you're mindful of where they are. And you guys head towards the portal that brought you into Atlantis in the first place. As you guys are swimming through the tunnels, or making your way to the portal, though, and you start to enter rooms and chambers that are a little bit more open in concept that allow you to see out through the kingdom and out and over into all what's going on over the kingdom of Atlantis. And in the distance, you are seeing more explosions that are popping up, and it's obvious it's no longer diversionary explosions. It's things that are being set and armed and just being exploded now with purpose and pattern as they are trying to obliterate what's protecting Atlantis, and that is the reef itself. You guys will also begin to start seeing some explosions as you guys are making your way further and further through the kingdom. A few minutes later, you'll start to see explosions coming up and up above the kingdom, where the trench is, where the ships, where they have those defenses, and the ships kind of pass through and to and fro through to that tear. It was the one where Azure came in, and it's also how they were shipping the bombs into Atlantis. And as you guys approach the portal room even closer, you will start to feel massive explosions and trembling coming from beneath your feet itself, like down below. And as you can tell that the city is about to completely collapse and crumble, you have reached the portal room. And I imagine, Cronus, you are going to try to open up the portal immediately, or is there anything else you guys would like to do?
I mean, it takes me a minute, so I'm going to have to go ahead and get started.
Okay. You have a minute. While this is the vibrations are becoming stronger and growing, and the older sisters of the family are trying to keep their composure a little bit better than some of the younger ones, but they are all pretty much eagerly waiting for the portal to open. A minute passes by, and you see that familiar doorway on the other side. You see the entrance to Neptune, and you see this great white expanse of ether that you have to pass through to get there. Who goes in
At
first?
I thought you were going to say great white shark.
Couldn't understand too long.
Yes, made of black smoke. Yes, with a white handprint. So who is going in first?
Just will jump in.
Okay. I assume, Bart, you did choose to attune to this boots immediately, right?
Yeah.
And Lorna and Faye, you guys are still attuned to yours, correct? Okay. So Joseph's going in first. Who's going in second?
I mean, I'm going last because I'm the one holding the portal open.
All right. And then I imagine that would put Bart second and Anika and Faye before Anika, I imagine. Does that sound good to everyone? You step in, and as the royal family kind of goes, I imagine you guys let the royal family either go before you or right after you, Josel. And this time, it doesn't seem as off-putting as it was before. It's familiar to you, but go ahead and you start traveling towards the doorway. But go ahead and make me a wisdom save, Josel.
All right.
All right. You shake off whatever seems to be trying to play tricks on you, and you maintain your heading towards the door where you're going. Actually, I'll go ahead and need a wisdom save from. Let's go ahead and do that with everyone. So Bart, Faye, and
Is it a charm effect?
no.
Okay, just had to make sure.
Okay. You all do very well. You feel something pulling at you and wanting you to stay. Anika, yours gonna be a little bit different than the others, but I'm just gonna try to resolve the majority first.
Mhm.
But you guys are able to kind of maintain your focus and push through the veil. You all don't see one another. It's very similar to the first time you came through. You all are alone. You don't see one another, but you are making progress towards the door. Anika, you will see the glow of that purple and that purple, green, and red off in the distance, and they seem to be heading in the same direction. But even though they don't seem that far away spatially, it seems like it's taking you ages to try to head in their direction to catch up to them. So the only thing that you can do is continue to head forward towards the exit of this place. Sorry, did you want to do else?
Well, I was going to say, before she goes in, she doesn't normally carry her sword, but she does here before she goes inside the portal.
Okay. All right, and
And
okay.
So I'm guessing the lights are the keys of Merlin.
Yeah, the relics that they're carrying, those artifacts seem to be anchor points that you can kind of focus on.
Do I know which ones are which?
You could. I mean,
I know which one's Lorna's at least.
Yeah, I think you could tell. I mean, the one that seemed to be accompanying the purple key is emanating a purple glow. The one that's accompanying the red key is emanating a red glow.
Okay.
So I think you could put those two together. With as intelligent Anika is.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you guys continue to push forward and try to get to the door, through the portal on the other side. And this time, you start to hear disembodied voices starting to come through all of your ears, just inconsequential or two broken sentences, or just coming from too many directions to really make out logically what they're trying to say to you. But it seems to be kind of surrounding you and just trying to starting to kind of play with your minds a little bit. Let's go ahead and just do one more wisdom saving throw. I think this would be considered, I guess, a charm effect. Well, it's like almost like a way of someone trying to drive you mad. So I'm not sure what that would be categorized. Is that a charm effect?
I don't know.
Let me see. Driving madness.
I wouldn't say so because that's kind of like Crown of Madness, and if I'm not mistaken, elves don't have any advantage against that.
Yeah, I'm looking up madness. I don't see if there's a word that says how much there is like a DC though.
Crown of Madness, you do become charmed though, if it is similar to that.
I'm just going to do it simple instead of wasting our time. So we'll just do wisdom saves here.
I mean, I think Faye's fine either way.
Yeah, Faye, you're fine. Alright.
Thank you, Warlock, for having proficiency in wisdom saves.
Everyone passed on the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bart, I need your wisdom save too, please. Unless I just missed it. Okay. All right. Somehow, as you are pushing forward, it seems that Nika.
Yeah, I know I did not pass mine, so.
No, Anika, you do seem like you're at equal distance with that red relic as you are approaching closer and closer to the portal. It seems like you, Lorna and Josel and everyone that rolled below a 15, though you guys just seem to be exhausted from how long it seems you've been traveling on your bodies. Just feels like it's been forever. And I'm going to go ahead and need let's do a con saving throw, just because this is wearing on your bodies. This is not going to apply to Faye, though. Faye, while it does seem like it's taking you long, it's not seem to be wearing on you mentally or physically as the others.
Is there any way I can see people while I'm doing? Because there would be one thing I want to do.
You cannot see the others in your group right now. No. You all are traveling alone.
I was going to get blessed to a couple people.
If there's something you want to spit off, like what is the range of bless?
I would have to see them.
Oh yeah, you don't see them right now. Okay. Let's see your con save.
I got a 12, not a 9. I used my Indomitable. That
Okay.
I just got.
I'm sorry, what does that do?
It allows me to re-roll a saving throw, and I have to keep the new roll. I can only do it once per long rest.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying. It's all over the place for some reason. I can't have it hard time tracking this. Lorna, did you make your? There it is. 20. You're good there.
No, 13. So I just.
Oh, okay. Thank you for being honest.
How are you at disadvantage? Are you? How many exhaustion? How many exhaustion do you have?
But it's an ability check.
No, that's not.
No, it's a
safe.
save.
No, it's a save.
Oh, there is plenty.
Probably the only one who passed. Maybe Bart.
All right, and Cronus, you sir, I need a perception check from.
Man, this ain't looking good, y'all.
Well, we're being hunted.
Cronus, you see off in the distance to your side, watching you was one of those black billowy spirits that you saw in Atlantis that were summoned by some of the other witches to attack you and your friends. It seems very distant off, but even though it seems how far away it seems, it looks like it's locked in on you. Let's see how everyone else do. Anika, you are going to get the strong presence of this these spirits that you've become all too familiar with as well, and closing on your presence and your location. I'm going to go ahead and take one more wisdom saving throw from everyone as you guys are rushing to. Well, actually, before I just assume that, what do you guys do with that, Anika and Cronus? Do you guys continue to try to get to the portal door? What do you guys want to do with that info?
Hi, guys. Bye, guys. Go towards the lights.
Okay, all right. So you're just trying to get there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I don't want to be here.
Let's. Yeah, that's okay. So you just bolt forward and you're sprinting, and you know it's even though it feels like forever, you're not letting up. Go ahead and make one more con saving throw there, Anika.
I don't know if she knows this might be a bad idea, but she's
Or-
probably misty stepping while in
I
here.
would
Get
go ahead.
faster.
Go ahead. I'll take either a strength saving throw or a con saving throw, depending on how you want to describe how you're doing it. And if you're using Misty Step, go ahead and use advantage on this.
I am.
Okay.
I'll take con.
So if you're trying like
She's
this, like
essentially just like single-minded.
okay. Are you short distance sprinting? Are you marathon running? You're trying to get to that door, but you're trying to make the whole distance.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then let's try con save then.
16.
Okay. You are able to maintain your pace and get fairly good leaving that voice and that feeling behind you, but you feel like it's moved on from you onto maybe another person in your group. Faye, I will just need one more wisdom saving throw from you, please.
Alrighty. All right, come on, big money.
All right. You have kept your wits about you, and you find yourself very close to the door. Do you continue to head out through the portal?
I'm just trying to keep an eye out. I don't see any of my companions yet. I'm gonna wait till I hear their voices, then I'll go through.
Okay. All right. And Josel, Lorna, and Bart, I will need one more wisdom saving throw from you all.
Oh, that ain't good.
Okay. All right. Bart, you seem like you're exhausted and it's taking more time, but you also have found your way pretty close to the door. You feel the presence of one or two of your friends. One closer, very close to the edge of the door, and another you're feeling pulling at you from behind, and you feel a sense of danger. And Lorna and Cronus, you guys are going to see Lorna, Cronus, and Josel. You're going to see each of you a familiar shadowy spirit appear before you, and that there's several disembodied voices of different languages and some that you haven't heard before, and eventually you hear one coordinated voice speaking to you like, "You shall not be allowed to leave."
Who hears this?
This is Josel, Lorna, and Cronus. Anika, you do see Faye right next to the portal. You see that Bart is a little bit closer, or a little bit between you and that portal. And you see that Lorna, though, has fallen behind you further, even though she was already in the back.
Am I still being chased?
Do a perception check. You see that shadowy spirit you saw before, but it seems like it is following you, but not keeping up with your pace.
I'm assuming I've fought these spirits here before. Can I actually harm them here?
You know that they are. Some of them are stronger than others. These ones that you fought in the other plane didn't seem like they were as dangerous as they were here. But yes, you have hurt them before. You have fought them before.
How far is Lorna's light?
It's again hard to judge that kind of spatial distance here, but you would have to start running in the opposite direction to kind of head towards her light.
No. Keep heading towards the exit, but I'm going to start playing on my flute as I run.
Ooh, okay. What's is there an actual range on that flute, like noise and stuff?
No, not that I know of. I don't think anyone's ever tried to figure that out.
Okay, I'm just gonna think about that then. But that should have an effect.
Actually, harp, because that would make more sense. Running while breathing to a flute is a bad idea.
All right. So Anika, Faye, Bart, what are you doing? You're still heading to the door as well, right? Yep. Okay. So Josel, Lorna, and Cronus, as you hear this voice speak to you, do you guys keep moving? What would you like to do?
Where is this spirit? Like, is it in front of me or is it like trailing behind me?
This one is coming from your side, and it's not that far away. It looks like within movements, like where you can actually move between. So
Is it within 30 feet?
it is.
I'm going to use Dragon Fear.
Okay. What's the DC on that? Actually, let me go check something. I think these guys. They are not immune to fear. Okay, that's what I wanted to check. So say. All right, it does not seem to be frightened by you. Though you will need to make a wisdom saving throw though. It's a DC 12 where you'll be frightened. All right, you seem to be frightened.
Okay, so how does that work with my stillness of mind?
That's a good point. You can erase that effect, so you're not frightened. You seem like it flashes upon you a weird emotion that you haven't felt in some time, and you're still dismayed. You wash it away. It seems angered by that, and it starts to drift closer, like towards you. What would you like to do?
I am going to ready my trident, but keep making my way towards what I assume is the door.
Okay, you're trying to sprint away then.
I wouldn't call it a sprint, but more like a hefty jog.
Okay. Well, all right. He is going to close the distance between the two of you, and you're going to see him start to pull out his claws and start to swipe at you. This fury of blows. So 15's a miss, 35 is a hit. Damage. Just the proficiency bonus is not doubled, is it?
No.
Okay. Just 2d6. 3. For 13 points of damage, and I'll need a con saving throw from you. And you're good. That does not remove it from your permanent health pool. Okay, this brings us back to Josel. What would you like to do? You hear these voices in it, and it's similar fashion. It's very close to you. Kind of saying, and taunting, saying, "You are not allowed to leave here. He wants you."
Josel is going to dash.
Okay.
And then he's going to action surge and dash again.
Okay. Let's just do let's do athletics with advantage.
21.
All right. With dexterity and speed, you kind of expeditiously run towards the portal. The spirit does try to follow behind you and come after you, but with your quickened step and additional movement speed, it seems to trail behind, but still in pursuit to some extent. You have gotten much closer to the portal door, though, and that's going to end your turn, unless there's anything else you would like to do.
Nope.
Okay. Lorna, what would you like to do? Yes. Yeah, it's similar. It's like 30 feet away from you. Okay, I was just going to ask, like, can you recall that?
I did, and then
Okay, go for it.
yeah.
That definitely hits. So 9 points of damage. It is going to come after you, though, and it's going to make its 2 attacks against you as you flee. Yeah, I mean, you didn't sprint or anything, so you still only have 30 some movement.
Yeah.
2d20 plus.
She has more, actually.
No, just one.
20. So both of those claws hit.
14 plus
Yeah.
It's the one attack and the second attack. It's not with advantage. It's just the first attack and second attack.
but they're each plus 10.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, those both hit.
All right, and let's see here. It was 3d6 plus. Oh, twice. Hit you twice. So, I have to double that first one for the crit, so that's 46 points of damage.
Actually, it'd be 33.
43.
All right, 43 points of. Let's see here. 1d6 of those was necrotic. I just need to make a veiled version, so when they're on the veil and not on the veil, this would be so much easier. I'm slowing us down. So it's 10 points of the. Yeah, go ahead and do a con save. All right, you're good. You don't take any permanent health loss, but you do take that health loss. It was necrotic damage. I don't see where it says piercing, and I'll correct that in the future if it's so. You're not raging anyway, so I don't think it matters. So you do make closer progress though to the door as you all start heading there. Back to Cronus. What would you like to do? You just got striked once, but you were making progress to the door. You're a little bit closer. Do you want to focus your efforts on fighting the spirit or fleeing?
God damn it. I'll flee.
All right.
Would I be able to do my shadow step in here?
It's pretty dark.
You have to be able to see where you're going.
It just has to be done.
So I've always imagined the ethereal plane as bright, actually, like white and smoky, like almost like limbo.
All right.
Yeah, I think for flavor, because the way space works a little bit, you could, I'll take that into consideration that you're trying to use some of your monk abilities and flee to the portal. So go ahead and do some. Let's do athletics with advantage. Not that you need the advantage. So you are able to make some good distance. Are you dashing or just running once?
I will go ahead and dash. So
Okay.
90 feet.
All right.
And then depending on the shadow step, will give me another 60.
Okay. This time, as you get further away, it looks like you're leaving the spirit in the dust. And as you go ahead and do one more perception check. Okay. You don't notice this until it's too late because you're focused on leaving the spirit behind you, putting distance between you. But as you finally turn to look forward, you see that same. Well, you assume it's that same spirit standing right in front of you, and it immediately takes 2 more slashes towards you. And as it's slashing at you, he won't let you. And then I don't think I can't roll that one because I'm not using the right 2d20 plus 10. You know what? That's okay. I will just add this one. So 15 misses you. And 14 misses you. So he takes these swipes at you, and so you avoid his blows, and you keep using that momentum to keep barreling towards the portal door. As he misses you and makes you are able to finish off and continue your path and make it your way to the portal door. Do you go through and enter Neptune?
Yes.
Okay. Faye, you would hear. I'm going to go ahead and go to the other. Bart, Faye, and Anika, you guys would feel someone rushing past you. Anika, you definitely would feel one of those spirits right close upon you. And Faye and Bart, you guys are right at the doorway too. What do you all do?
Uh,
I'm gonna guess that was one of our friends.
yeah, incoming, by the way.
All right.
Each
So
one,
far,
let's see.
it's us three. We're missing. That was either Cronus, Lorna, or Josel that went through. Should we follow, or do we wait here for the others?
As she says that, I'm still tracking Lorna's light. Has it gotten closer yet?
It's making progress to you, but it's not. It's one of the further lights away. It's really hard for you guys to talk to each other. Because you guys don't really see each other. You guys are close to one another, so it's kind of like shouting across great distances. So you're only going to get bits and pieces of what the other's going to say. But you do hear the instrument that she was playing beforehand.
I got an idea. I want to give Lorna and Josel at least I don't know if this will work. I want to give them a kind of guiding light to get over here. kind of help them on their way. As I am going to cast light on my sword as I take it out. And I'm going to hold it up.
Okay.
Which, funnily enough, my plan was to move a little closer where I see phase light and then shout with all of my performance background, "Run, you idiots, over here."
Okay. Go ahead and do performance with that, and go ahead with advantage then, especially with the light beacons and everything. I'll make this a mutual effort. Okay. Bart, did you want to stay inside the veil before, or are you passing into Neptune?
He's going through that portal.
Okay. So Bart, you pass through and you see several of the merfolk and Cronus there. And we'll come back to you guys as soon as we get everyone else out too. Let's see where I am on here. Lorna and Cronus, you guys are or Cronus, you're already good, sorry. Josel, you're up next. You hear that shouting and it's very faint, but you know the direction. What are you doing, sir?
I will continue to dash.
Okay. Go ahead and just do athletics with advantage real quick. And okay, you are able to close the distance and get to that gate. You feel that presence of you feel a familiar presence of Faye as you pass or as you come out to it. You pass right through into Neptune.
Sure.
Okay. And then Lorna, what would you like to do? Okay. Just do athletics with advantage again if you want. All right. All right.
Hey, I passed. That means you passed.
Yep. You are further behind, but you are feeling the proximity of Faye, and you hear Anika's voice even louder now. You're still not all the way there. Anika, you are the only one that can see visibly Faye now. You can see her, like you could actually reach out and touch her, but she can't see you. Lorna, you can't see, and she seems to be some distance, and you see 1, 2, 3 spirits starting to close in from different directions on her.
I'm gonna shoot 2 of them with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it.
Any day. Oh, there it went. Then, boop.
Boom, boom. All right. Got it.
2 damage each.
All right. As it passes through, it kind of removes some of the ether form, revealing that white space where there was black smoke before. And after a few moments, it kind of coalesces and reforms its shape. But it kind of got them off from Lorna long enough for her to go ahead and try to dash one more time. Go ahead, Lorna. As you see, these 3 spirits now kind of circle you. Okay, you get a little bit closer, but these spirits are up close. We're going to go ahead and let them have one more attack. I don't think all 3 of them are going to get to you in time, but they're on their way. Anika, you can do one more attack as well.
Yeah, I'll shoot him again because I don't think they're close enough for me to do anything else.
Okay.
Actually, is Lorna in front of them?
She is running in front of them because she is sprinting and dashing.
Then actually, instead, I'm going. Or how close are they? Ish.
Again,
If you had to guess in feet. 'Cause that's kind
if
of
you're going to guess 10 feet, it would be about 60 feet away from you.
Oh, perfect. Then I cast Hypnotic Pattern behind Lorna.
Okay. What is that? Is that a charm?
Yes, charm.
Yeah.
It really says it.
It does say charmed. I was like, oh, let me read it.
All right. You cast the pattern and it starts to dazzle in the sky because you're going to pass it behind them. You're good. You cast it behind them so not to affect Lorna. And those lights kind of spiral and do those beautiful rays of color and sparks and stuff that it normally distract any other creature. These seem to be not affected by it and continue to pursue Lorna.
Oh, shit, it's these ones.
After that, though, there was not much further distance, but that little bit of distraction, along with your Eldritch Blasts and Lorna dashing, she is finally able to catch up with you all. And you can actually touch and see them. They can't see you, Anika.
I don't know how. Did Bart go through?
He did. Him and Kronos pass through. You didn't see them, but you felt them. And
Well, I would have seen Bart. He has the.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. You would have seen Bart as well.
I didn't feel the third one.
You felt. You see Faye. You see Lorna. You felt Josel. You felt Cronus. You felt.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's just
right.
the 3 of us.
Yeah, it's just
So as Lorna comes by, I'm gonna grab whatever I can of her. I'm gonna grab Faze, and assuming Lorna's gonna pull us, because I'm gonna help.
Yep.
Because I can see them, and I know they can't see me.
Okay. All right. So you grab them and start trying to drag them through.
Oh, Lorna's running, so I just grab onto her and then help her pull Faye.
Okay. Seriously, you're holding up to like Lorna's waistline and grabbing Faye's collar and just kind of dangling in the air.
Essentially.
Yep.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Oh, I like grab you around your neck. I jump up and grab you because I'm acrobatic enough to do that. Like one arm around your neck and grab Faye's collar.
But would you, Lorna, if something is chasing after you?
I was thinking that too.
She accepts her cold, icy death and pulls her along.
To be fair, I'm very tiny.
Excuse me.
Hey! Well, get Faye at least. Yeah, no. Well, no, you can.
It sounds like it's really hard to make out. It seems very disembodied, but you kind of can hear this. It's kind of like a little fly speaking to you.
Okay.
she's Laura shoving, throwing, curling, whatever. As Bart, Cronus, and Josel left into Neptune with some dignity. Faye, actually, Laura, go ahead too. Everyone, go ahead. Faye, Anika, and Laura, give me athletics rolls or athletics checks.
Athletics?
Can I argue acrobatics?
Yeah, or acrobatics. I'm sorry. Yes, acrobatics would be better. Thank you. I don't know. I'm stuck in athletics mode. You know what? That was pretty impressive still. So, Laura, you're successful in throwing them through, and while everyone else kind of ran out, you see Faye and Anika kind of get tossed and shoved out, but they do so gracefully where they kind of like go into a roll. As soon as they come out of the portal, that they are immediately back up on their feet, like it was kind of an act. Everyone has come through, and like a great finale, ta-da! And you are in the depths of the Temple of Neptune once more, with that lovely, pungent smell. But it does seem like it has lessened in its awfulness over the 2 weeks you've been gone. It's been 2 weeks. Let me double check the timeline.
So, fun news about that. I can see 3 of you while in there.
That is interesting.
Uh-huh. Also, another fun fact, don't fight them in there.
I'm gonna go up to Lorna and you're gonna see my hands glow bright, and I'm gonna cast this on you. Yeah, I guess after that fight, I mean, ever since I felt this, and I hold up the holy symbol, I think Illustrate might have been guiding me. She must have a plan.
I think it's best not relax. It's still fairly good. Talking royal family.
Yeah, let's leave, please.
Yeah, let's leave. And you think we should do anything about the hags that have your strand of hair here?
If we see him, kill him real hard.
Got it.
All right.
I am also going to apply Hands of Healing to myself.
You may certainly try, Curtis.
Well, I'm no expert, but if you
What
got me
was it?
some cloth and a hammer and
D20?
nails, I might be able to put an arm on.
You need
What's
the
that?
cloth to put an arm on, Bart.
Well, to stop the bleeding.
Putting it on a live person or a skeleton?
Well, I can just pop mine on, but you need a hammer and nails for one that's still alive.
Yeah. So, Bart, when we get topside, you need to learn a lot more about medicine before you ever try it on anyone.
That's pretty sound medical advice from a pirate, in my in my opinion.
I mean, it's a lot better than his parents. Oh, it hurts. Spit on it. It'll get better.
Throw some dirt, you're fine.
So dirt in it, it'll toughen you up.
Salt's good for a wound.
All right.
It was a D20 if it works, right?
It's a what? I'm sorry.
D20 to see if I can cast it right.
Let me double check the rules. That was homebrew rules. think it's 1d3. I thought I messaged you specifically. I thought we were saying we were following the spell
Actually,
rules
I think it is the one.
because it's a level 3 class feature ability that you're trying to practice. So go ahead. It's cost you double the key points, and it will be a failure on a D or anything other than a 3. Okay, you focus your mind, you calm your mind, you feel a slight glow emanate from your hand, but you just will, before you could materialize the effect that you were trying to produce, you lost your focus and concentration. A little bit more practice and meditation, you'll eventually get it under control.
Yeah, I got one spell slot left after that fight we had. I'm just gonna walk over to Cronus. I'm gonna slap him on the back.
Take 1d4 bludgeoning damage.
For healing.
And heal 4 points. Excellent. All right. Okay.
Joseph is going to heal himself.
Oh. All right, you guys like we don't have any healers. So what's the next thing? Every person takes a healing capability.
I mean, technically, if we take a short rest, Faye is a coffee healer.
And Silent can never kill anyone ever again. Oh shit!
And if you want, I can just go back to being the cleric in the party. That way, they never really die.
I think we're forbidding clerics from now for a little bit of time.
Oh, that's
No.
fine. I can be a shepherd druid, and nobody can die that way either.
Oh, that's excellent.
Just this once, everybody lives.
Goodness. All right. So you all are back in Neptune, and you guys are making your way back out of the temple from your remembered time here.
Time to get the hell out.
It's not long before you make your way up into the. Well, it does take time because you guys just to travel through, but a lot of the creatures and enemies that you had found seem to have kind of ran away, fled this area ever since you guys have kind of made your way through. There's the occasional critter running around, sometimes a little bit of a smaller predator, but they have no interest in you guys. As you guys make it further up the Temple of Neptune, closer to the top, you guys will start to hear some commotion from one of the main chambers. And you'll remember this is the chamber that you first encountered the Merfolk Mage in this temple, and there was the walls of water that she was using to divide your group. And you're going to see some familiar faces, that being Marius, Cora, and several other of the citizens and refugees that have made it out of the sanctuary. They look at you all, and several rejoice that the royal family seems to be safe, and they all immediately start to kind of surround you all in joy, but there are several faces that are looking in despair past your presence, trying to see who else came through, and they look very confused and upset that there's not more Atlanteans that came with you all. I'm sorry, Joseph, your mic went off. Was I interrupting you?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Some of them come and try to shake your hands, or at least approach you and thank you for returning the family. Everyone just is in grand admiration for you. And after a few moments pass, Sebastian kind of raises his claw to announce the bad news as he also reveals that you guys are carrying the body of King Triton. He'll say some condolences, and the temperament of the group will kind of diminish a little bit more from just seeing the rest of the royal family and you all return. And after a few moments of somber and quietness shared amongst the room, Sebastian will say that we need to take the the body of a deer is our only safe refuge now that Atlantis has been completely sunken. And upon those words, tons of questions you brought out of the citizens, like, what do you mean Atlantis is sunk? Where's the rest of the guard that were fighting in the tunnels and distracting? And he'll quickly kind of boil down the events that happened over the last few hours of defeating Ursula, and the intentions was never to rule Atlantis, but rather to eradicate it and erase it from Fantasia. Is there anything you guys would like to say or do at this moment?
Yeah, Lorna will look beside Jim and try and make her voice as loud as she can hear it. She'll say, I know another working on thing, but unfortunately, now is not the time nor feel the emotions as we are still in danger. We need to get out of here as fast as we can and as safe as we can. Alive. If you would please calmly, quietly, look, we'll get you out of here.
Go ahead and roll persuasion with advantage. See how effective. I mean, they definitely are responding positively to you. I just want to see how positive. Again, that was more to see the magnitude of how well you did. So you definitely have lifted spirits a little bit. There's still a lot of uneasiness and unknown ahead, but your words had an effect on some of the people. How grand of the effect is yet to be seen. But they do start seeming to be a little bit more calm, and they're kind of getting themselves together. And you see Marius and Cora come up to approach your group, and they address the royal family, addressing the oldest daughter first, Atina, then Alana, and then working their way down through the rest of the royal family. Which, by the way, I don't think I've ever told you how many daughters there were. Because there's a fucking lot of them. There's 6 daughters with you right now. He has 7 daughters, with Ariel being in the deer. And actually, can I show you the Tina's character sheet? I didn't get character sheets for all of them, but that was Atina. And I did not grab a picture for Alana, so I will share one in the Discord chat after the session once I go through my Dropbox and pull that out. I said, screw Pinterest. I started listening to Lorna and just do screenshots on my phone. That helps. All right. So Sebastian will be like, Cora will approach Sebastian and hand him back the bottle that he had handled before, handed her before, that you guys had seen him exchange. And she goes, we waited for you to take this out. Hopefully this will get us out of here. And he'll just kind of chuckle to himself and look to the rest of you, to you guys specifically. I'm ready to get out of here if you guys are. Let's head to the deer as soon as possible.
Fuck yeah.
And
Let's go.
Let's go.
You guys approach the entrance where you guys first came in, and it seems to be closed and locked. Do think that it's fairly early in the evening, so it will take a little bit of time for the moon to come, probably before this will become exposed again, and your passage will be revealed like it was when you first came in. So you do have some time to rest here for a little bit if you guys want to take a short rest, discuss anything. Otherwise, we'll discuss speed ahead.
Yeah, take a short rest.
Okay.
And because I know that the hags are still around, I'm going to keep sight on Lorna. Just make sure.
Same.
Okay.
I don't know about any hags. I am going to be a captain on a ship. Or at least try to be.
Joso is going to summon his sword, which is currently targeting Fey creatures.
Okay.
So I got that ready.
Yep, go ahead and spend
You can
some hit
heal.
die. Everyone just keeps giving Lorna the healing potion, like, I'm good. Let's see.
I'll go ahead and play a Song of Rest so you can add a D whatever it is to it. Once I find out what it is. D8. Nope. Yep, D8.
Fairly uneventful. Let me see here. It's a quiet night for the few hours that you have to spend waiting until the moon is high in the sky and you start to hear that swirling and rushing of water that's coming from outside the temple, that muffled sound of the exterior that just seems to be rushing, but like you're buried, leagues beneath the sea, and eventually you the noise changes and that the opening on the floor becomes visible once more, and you can see out into up and above, and you see the moon for the first time in a very long time. And as some of the Aqua and Merfolk and stuff move and climb out, some of them that can't change from their tails to human folks, or to humanoid feet, bipedal. I don't know what the right way to say that is. The bipedal forms. Those that can't switch to those forms are struggling a little bit more, unlike the mermaids and the tritons and stuff that can go back and forth when they're on land or dry land, on land or water. I mean, as you guys climb out, you do see no evidence of Jack Sparrow or his ship in sight.
I mean, we're gone for a while.
So, anyone got a boat?
I am glad that he's asked. And he will take out a small little folded paper. It looks like a boat.
Oh, okay.
Bart, you may be my new favorite person right now. He's a
What was
boat.
it again? What was it again? Vast? No. Hearty? No.
You need help there?
Bart's life for me.
Oh, no. Ah, yes. Spiced rum. And he'll throw it into the water, and it will become a 24-foot long ship that can hold, let's see, 15 people.
I'm just gonna look at Anika and Undercommon. I'm gonna say, why is it always rum with pirates?
Because it tastes really good.
Have you tried spiced rum?
We said that in Undercommon.
Oh, sorry.
Right. So that ship can hold how many people, you said?
Let me copy paste. It's the folding boat. Oh, well, box instead of folded paper. But
Paper sounds better. I now have I'm on a boat stuck in my head.
All right,
useful whenever marooned on an island. Mutiny is a thing on the high seas.
I thought people just like tied turtles together with rope made from their back hair.
Hey, what do you think us to be, savages?
Depends on the pirate.
okay.
So, yeah, he's gonna hop up on there. And he'll be at the steering oar.
All right. Who all would you like to take with you on your ship? Because it can only hold so many people. Sebastian looks at the other. Obviously they know how to swim, and though they won't probably be able to swim as fast as a ship, but they will probably for that kind of distance. But they will be able to eventually join the rest of everyone in Madeira if they try to head out on their own.
Bring aboard the elderly, the sick, and the children.
And those that can't swim.
Aye.
Um, there's so many. I'm wondering who Sebastian would request that you guys would take with you.
I should probably take him.
Either him or one of the sisters.
Yeah, I think. Let's see how many people. So there's how many sisters? 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of you guys. That's 12. You have room for 3 more. 15, right? Yeah.
So it says medium creatures. I'm not actually medium.
So we can fit 2 of you.
Small.
I will say that you guys could probably push it, and because of some varying in size, that you would be able to get at most 16 to 17 creatures.
All right.
So you definitely get your group. If you decide you can fit, so you can take 11 more people with you.
Just tie him on to the side.
Now we can tie him to the side of the boat. As long as they don't eat him,
God.
he'll be fine.
No, tie him to the mast.
Depending on
Oh, there we go.
back to folding.
I think he would count as a passenger.
Okay, we got 7.
I think he will take. I think he would. Sebastian would make sure that his body was properly taken care of. And on that note, I was wondering if Sebastian would stay behind, but he would not leave the king's side. So that's another seat with Sebastian, and he's going to not want to leave the royal family behind either. So that's 6 more seats for the royal family.
Oh boy, so we're at 14?
Technically, I'm half.
He'll throw the bottle back to Corius. If you think you might need this to help, because it's another ship to use to get more people, you could use this. Otherwise, you guys can make the trek back without a boat, but it might take even longer. Cora and Marius will nod back. We'll keep the rest, or keep. I don't know, man. That doesn't make sense. Why would we leave the rest of the citizens? So torn what to do.
We're just going to leave them. Say later, losers.
Yeah, it's not like he's just leaving like 10 or 15 behind. He's leaving like hundreds of citizens that made it out.
And then Ariel will send help.
Mm-hmm. Considering she may be the new ruler of.
I mean, they could just
them.
bunker down inside the temple with the guards they have.
They could.
He'll speak up. He'll say, make your way to Port Royal. That's the closest island between here and Madeira, and the safest one that I can. I hope the safest one between here and there. With the pirates afoot and attacking Madeira as our friend. You guys did share that information, right? That the Madeira was under attack by the pirates.
They were under attack?
Well,
Not really.
Yeah, that's true. They weren't really under attack because
We made a deal.
Blackbeard is out in the sea trying to stop people from crossing right now. Yeah. But the rest of the pirate council you did talk on your side. Right. Thank you. So he will suggest that the rest of them head to Port Royal on the way to Madeira if they have to make a stop. But with the pirates, still in the waters, we're not completely safe outside of Atlantis. And we'll look back at your group, and I know it probably says the folding boat has to be placed right into water, but I think for flavor that just doesn't make sense here. So I imagine this large boat is actually just sitting on the dry top of the temple, and as the waves kind of start to come back down and cover the temple as the moon starts to lower, your boat will just gracefully kind of lift up and start to float to the top. With the other merfolks and such assisting in that effort, and eventually kind of bobbing in the water next to your ship on top of the ocean. Now, you see several merfolk are surrounding your boat and waving you guys farewell as you guys head off into sea away from Neptune. And I am still working on this map, so I will only give you names for things that are relevant. So, and be gentle. I try to give the Espa map a little bit of a facelift. And you guys are out
nice.
here. So
Nice.
there's still obviously lots of names, like the city that, or never, I'm not saying that until Soul wants to share that. But yeah, so you guys are out here in Neptune. Here's the island that you passed. You fought that Gelrich Onse on the way out. You guys were all the way over here in Atlantis, but you portaled back over here. And I want to ask you all where you would all like to head next.
Where is House Firebrand? Because we do need to take Ezekiel's sword back.
House what?
Firebrand.
If I remember correctly, that was in Madeira, but correct me if I'm wrong, Bart.
I thought we agreed that he was from Espa. That's why he was in the islands.
Madeira is the capital of Espa.
Okay, yeah, so he was from Madeira then.
Okay. All right. That'll work.
And we must find someone worthy to carry out his spell book and complete his spell.
But who would be worthy?
But who will be worthy indeed?
I like to think that he put some kind of stupid curse on it, like Thor's hammer. Should he
be worthy?
He who be worthy shall possess the spells of Ezekiel.
Hey, I love the idea.
I like the idea too. That's awesome.
The book won't open.
You cannot have the rest of these spells until you finish that one damn spell I was working on.
It's canon.
I like it. I will allow it. But in regards to a heading or what you guys would like to do, it will take a couple nights to get back to Madeira. Are you guys heading straight to Madeira, or are you guys trying to stop somewhere on the way?
Do we want to stay in Port Royal for a day to properly rest, or?
I think we kind of have a mission.
That is true.
Sebastian will be concerned. We'll express concern. He's not saying no. He's just concerned that he doesn't really want to take the royal family around any other kind of riffraff. While it's not Shipwreck Cove, it's not completely void of pirates that have made their way there.
So next time.
But it's totally your guys' call. You guys are driving. This is Bart's ship. Bart, where would you like to go? You're steering the ship, sir. Captain.
We go to meet here, then he heads home to Tortuga. But he'll stand on like the prow, not the prow of it, but like the God, I forget ship terminology.
The bow or
The bow, where there's usually like the steering thing and whatnot. But this is like one of those ancient Greek ships, from what I'm seeing, or like a Viking ship.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know. It's the best he could afford on a budget. So
It's a magic
Okay.
boat.
turn to Lorna. First mate, Lorna, ye be on the steering oar. Any of ye with able arms be on the rows. Cronus, I want ye in the crow's nest. Them eyes be good for me, boy.
I mean, you do know I'm one of the strongest people here, right?
Also, I think my eyes are technically better than his.
You heard the captain.
You heard the captain.
I want to see the rowboat, so I will shadow step up to the crow's nest.
Keep back talking to Captain. You're going to be on deck mopping duty with Skybore.
Plank.
Oh.
Quartermaster Anika, I be needing your sharp memory and wit. How?
Well-
Does he have a map? If not, we be judging by the stars. It may take a bit longer.
That's Anika's specialty.
Is like, actually, she's like, I don't have a map. However, I'm really good at the stars.
Then belay that order. You be navigator Anika.
Also, you're always going to get my sharp wit, whether you like it or not.
Aye, but I feel better to ask.
It is nice to actually have someone ask for it.
Josel, ye be overseer of the rowers.
All right.
And ye, Beryl,
Yes.
who would he feel is best?
Okay.
Oh. Let's get on with it. Raise the sails.
And you see Skybore in the background mopping.
How did he get here?
Tidy ship is a tidy crew.
Swear to God, how does he keep showing up on a ship?
Skybore, eventually you run into him again. He's got a tattoo of a mop. Oh, shoot. I'm hilarious. Sorry.
Series of wet floor sign.
It was just either this or a fireball, and I'm still terrified of fireballs. All right, so you guys set sail towards Madeira. It'll take a few nights to get there. You guys are not making any stops on the way, correct? I'm going to take a quick break just to kind of prepare myself mentally for where you guys are heading. I wasn't sure where you were going to go first. So just take the opportunity, I guess, role play. You guys are set. You guys are on the ship at night. You made through your first night, first day of sailing. It's fairly uneventful, and you're settling in for the night as you cruise the waves and heading back to Mid-Year. If there's anything you guys would like to do, you guys are all amongst one another. I'll be right back.
Jonas,
Yes.
can you control a kraken with that thing?
Potentially. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but
Ursula still have one?
chance. I mean, she still has the trident. Yes.
That may be a problem. So,
We're gonna
What
have to find that trident and get it away from her eventually.
Yeah. Also, what happened to Ezekiel?
It's a long story.
He separated from us and died.
That didn't sound very long.
Well, we had to go through various tunnels.
More what? In the ocean. All right.
We were probably a minute late for being able to save him.
Yeah, that man was always too stubborn for his own damn good.
How long did y'all know him?
A week, maybe? Maybe a little more?
Well, we were on the island of Vose. We met him there. How long were we on the pirate ship before we got to
Few
Madeira?
days? Few days in Madeira, few days to get to that island. Maybe 2 weeks?
2 weeks, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Then how long were we in Neptune?
As long
In
as
the
we're
temple?
actually. No, we were in there longer than the Underdark. At least y'all were.
Yep.
So, where next?
To be honest, I don't know where we go after this.
Because there's still the original coven. The giants are doing something. The king's brother and something else. Right?
I mean,
Yeah, not to mention what. Or mine.
Well, about all that, with some of the information that has come up, with the whole bombs and stuff. Uh, so pretty much, Cronus is actually gonna pull down like the waistband, and you're gonna see like a tattoo on his hip, and it's gonna be the same symbol that was on those mines.
Is that supposed to mean something to me? Are you trying to say you're the bomb, Cronus?
Nope.
I think we might need to go to where Cronus is from. If they had
That's
the symbol,
probably a terrible idea.
I think, yeah. We know they're involved, but just because they sold explosives to someone doesn't mean we have to deal with it at the moment.
at least not
Yeah,
yet.
but they're gonna be looking for me.
They're what?
I said they're gonna be looking for me.
Why?
Because there's only one. Like you don't just leave this group, and I was taken from them, but I never went back, and I assumed that they were wiped out and dead, which they should be. But needless to say, um, I was being trained for a specific role within that organization, and they're not going to be happy to know that I'm alive and I'm around.
As dangerous as you are?
Well, there's always bigger fish out there.
So maybe not yet.
Just need to be careful because if
All right,
there's
I'm back, guys.
inside the pirate ports around here, and one of them sees me, or we engage with them, then I don't know how that's gonna go.
We looking
So-
out for an organization or a person?
One and the same. You really don't. You're not really meant to know who they are, but the fact that they're flying a flag on a ship means they're setting back up.
All right.
Um,
I missed the reveal. That's okay. Go ahead. Keep going. I love it.
So should we maybe consider getting you a disguise of some sorts while we're in the area in case we run into one of them?
Just wear this. And I take my hat off my head and give it to you.
Alrighty.
It's, well, after you do that thing with magic items, it helps you disguise yourself without using any spells. Probably works in someone who's a normal size, unless we get around a bunch of gnomes or halflings.
Or children.
Yeah, I'm still not a huge fan of that, by the way. Actually, you've never known that.
I will take your hat and I'll give it back to you once we're back away from the islands and stuff.
Okay.
All right. So just to recap, I just want to just real quick what you guys had shared, so I know that's what I can or cannot speak to. Curtis, it sounds like you. Well, just want to give you a quick summary.
I pretty much mentioned I was being trained for a specific role inside the clan there.
And he has a tattoo.
I have a tattoo of it as well.
Okay.
Pretty much, I was taken away from them when I was younger. Never went back to them. I thought they were all dead, and the fact that they're seem to be rebuilding is be a problem.
As a pirate, would I be able to recognize the brand he was given?
It's not really a common brand for a pirate. They're not really a pirate order, but they are setting sail and they're kind of representing their clan now a little bit more openly. So they're not really a pirate order.
That's true, but pirates often have to interact with probably the worst bits of society, like slavers and
That's fair.
assassins and all that.
That's fair. Also, yeah, that's a good point. When did Bart first, I guess, plummet to or arrive in Espa again? Let me look at the timeline again.
I mean, so long as the pirate capital has been there, he has been there, or was there until, went down under the water.
I spelled that wrong.
Because you sank during the war. So let's see here. Yeah, I don't see it on the timeline. That's my bad. I'll have to fix that after the session. Get a little bit more detail. So let's see here. as hell. Okay, got it. All right. Yes, you would know. Or go ahead and do a history check real quick to see what you do know. I just wanted to see if it was feasible or not, and it is feasible or realistic, I guess. So you are from, you know of the clan. You know that it is a almost like a military like assassin clan of ninjas, and those are stealing and robbing and terrorizing. Become basically warlords of their areas, and they just expanded. Back in your time, they had substantial land under their domain. uh, but that's about the extent. You don't know about any like leader or person of significance. So.
Yeah. Kind of it'll spit off the side of the ship. Slavers.
That's everyone's trigger.
Slaves.
Everybody rages.
Ah!
Oh goodness. I'm trying to look at the map real quick here. Yeah, you would know this to be more. You know this come from the western, like Samaros Islands and stuff near. Yes, and it is where they primarily kind of were located at originally. So actually, maybe this will help if I take to the world map instead. So, are you? Can see everyone can see this, right?
Yep.
So, Bart,
So they'd be from around like here.
Actually, over. Oops, shoot! I got my brush out. Well, that's kind of you would know their general area, like on this side where I was drawing over. Like you're not specifically certain, but you know it's on this like eastern isles, a little bit on the mainland. They weren't huge back in your time. They didn't really become a thing until after you had fallen in the war.
Little upstarts think they can take children from their homes.
And so, Bart, you're from here, and
He's from Thanesia, but he spent most of his time like in
Tortuga.
Togruta and then Tortuga, and then I'd say probably for like maybe 5 years he was in Konzu.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting. We're gonna get to have to build a lot more lore a lot quicker. Don't punish me too harsh on that stuff over there for early, because until you guys start heading over there, I'll start fleshing it out.
So long as it's the China equivalent.
Yes, it is. And so, yeah, that's correct. I won't let me delete that purple marker now. I am angered. The Roll20 gods.
Come on, Roll20, let him clear it.
Oh my god, come on. Excuse me. There we go. All right. So, anything else you guys are doing these days, or anything you guys want to be working on while you guys are traveling for the next 2 or 3 nights?
Well, apparently we have a expert salesman on the ship in terms of sailing. Lorna would like to learn a bit more about sailing, actually, as apparently the first mate.
Oh, Bart is very skilled and could easily teach you things if you would like, Bart.
Fuck
Yeah, he can do that.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and just say just we'll do this as a kind of.
I can use my water vehicles proficiency. Depends on what
Yeah.
attribute you want to do it as.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I guess it would be more of a. I don't know if Bart would try to use more like charisma to sell. You know how you explain, like you just like, this is just how you do it, and you just explain it with energy that someone just understands what to do. Versus, or would you break it down more mechanically for like, this is a rudder and this is this does.
No, he'd be more like
I
the
offer
first lesson you have
guidance.
to learn is. Oh well. His probably first thing would be like not tying knots and how to steer the ship, and being like, hey, this is like, hey, the first lesson is don't fight the weather. Fight the weather, you die. You gotta roll with the weather, and then after that he can get into mechanics. He's gotta get that into her head, like, just because you're a sailor doesn't mean you can suddenly control the ocean.
All of a sudden, she uses control water and the ship goes the way that she wants. No.
That is excellent. I have a good idea for that.
I guess charisma or wisdom, whichever you want to do.
I think that would be more wisdom, more like go with nature. Yeah, I think it's more wisdom based. So go ahead, just do a. It's not really. Just do a persuasion check. Yeah, perfect.
And
That
you
would-
do have a D4 you can add.
T4. So and then Lorna, he's explaining this, and it's really all the mechanics you've learned up to now are starting to click. Things are really starting. You started to understand a little bit of the nitty gritty of ships and stuff, but Bart's explanation is starting to put some instincts and yeah, exactly. That it's all coming together, and you're just feeling the nature of the ship versus just the mechanics of it a little bit better. You're still not a master in it. You're still not an expert in it, but his words have made an impact on you. Maybe another couple of times of doing this, you will also be able to be a captain or proficient with water vehicles.
Parents are gonna be so proud.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. All right. Let's see here. Anybody else want to do anything during these nights? So Lorna looks like she wants to work with you, Bart, for a couple nights until you make it back. Anybody else interested in anything?
No, I'm just enjoying the fact that I can actually see stars.
Same.
All right.
Now
I'm actually
you
gonna
all know
meditate
how Skyward.
that black orb up in the crow's nest.
Okay. You're doing. I'm sorry. So you're meditating, Cronus. Everyone else is kind of hanging out. Sorry, you guys all started talking at the same time. Josel, you sounded like you had something you wanted to say you were doing.
No, I was just saying that now everybody knows how Skyward felt.
Okay. What?
Oh god.
I mean, Faye would pray every time at moonrise.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and do. What would a prayer be? A performance?
Religion.
A percentage? Religion. Perfect. Let's do that. Well, no. Religion's more about your intelligence, like about your faith, right? Not like your actual connection to your God, right? So let's roll. Let's go with religion, and I will think about that later. It's too in deep to think about right now.
All right. I'll also give myself guidance.
Okay.
So I add a D4 to that. Okay. That is a 19.
All right. Do you have any particular words you want to share, or just general, gratitude prayers to her, or
Just kind of gratitude prayers and kind of the praying that I think I've realized she was the one that really set me out on the journey. She was just waiting for me to be willing to listen.
okay? Any particular thing, other things that you're wanting to say? Anything like, are you trying to ask for questions or make any kind of please, or just that's the general message?
Or what? Kind of asking her what she wants me to do. Kind of follow her teachings, her guidance, figure out where to go from here.
Okay. Excellent. Just writing some notes. All right, and then you're doing that both nights until you guys arrive. You're just going to kind of pray and do that. Okay.
At moonrise.
And Cronus, you said you wanted to at least spend one night meditating, or you want to spend both nights meditating?
Just the first night.
Okay, go ahead and do a wisdom check for me. Okay. You've been really focusing and spending some time with this object over several nights, a lot of your downtime. And while you continue to still be baffled by the purpose of this object, you know that it is somehow a part of you, and as you've been trying to call out to it or understand that bond further, this is the first time that you felt that bond with the item, but also you felt it almost calling from a distance too, like another piece of you, and it seemed to be calling to you from your heading, where you guys are currently, the direction you guys are currently sailing.
So I kind of get the understanding of which way this orb wants to go.
Yes. Like it wants. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. I should have just said it that way. All right. And I think that was everyone, unless there was someone else I missed. All right. So you guys are sailing the first night. You guys take turns resting, keeping watch, I imagine, through the night. Sebastian is tending to Triton. The royal family is trying to just kind of get their wits about them. They're acting a little bit more orderly now that they're out of cages and out of immediate hostage situation, but they acted a little bit more with decorum in their presence. But the first night passes, and the next day, you guys are beginning closer to Madeira. Hours into the afternoon, though, you do start to see some smoke in the waters off to the distance. It's to your east. It's not directly in your current path, but you start to see the smoke billow from the east. Let me take you back to the other map to kind of help a little bit with some orientation.
I would also like to point out that I unattuned from my sword and attuned to the hat that Anika gave me.
So you guys had basically passed by that island of Unsay, and you're starting to see some smoke coming from this direction. Be about each square is about 60 miles.
We're still on the world map.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. So you guys would be seeing it coming from this distance. Right now, it's not too bad, but you can just see it's drifting your way. And it's probably still 30 plus miles away.
Is the wind blowing towards us?
Yeah, a little. It's just drifting your way. It's definitely smoke because it has that smell to it, and it's not clear or white like fog is. It's dark.
Is it coming from under the ocean or on top?
You can't tell from here. It's up in the sky, the smoke. So it's not coming from the water or anything. It's in the sky, like something's burning pluming, in that clouds building up, or that black smoke's building up in the atmosphere.
Okay. Bart, you may know this a bit better than I do. I'm confused. There is literally nothing to the east, except for the island of Ose.
Hmm. The island was often warned of to stay away. Savages on the island with scaly skin, though the only fires they made were campfires to feed themselves.
Silent, is this also the island where we had that bird attack the pirate ship?
Yeah, it's not coming from the island. It's just coming, again, further out at sea. You can't see it. It's 60 probably miles away from you guys. It's just something is burning off in the distance.
Something's burning. We should keep an eye on it.
Yeah. I don't. Sorry, I don't want to give it away immediately, but I just don't want to derail you because I think you guys started thinking that it was coming from the water.
Be a ship on fire, though I'm not sure. Besides, these new pirates you speak of could have done it.
There's a million and one things that could have done it.
Do you know the anchovies to wield fire?
Wouldn't put it past them.
I would. Dries their skin, turns them into that. What do you call it? Some kind of dried fish thing from ways up north.
Either way, something's on fire and it's coming towards us.
That's not good.
That remains to be seen.
All we can do is really keep an eye on it.
Yep.
So you keep your heading?
Yeah. I mean, we got to get back to Madeira.
I mean, if the wind's coming toward us, well, if the smoke's coming towards us, it's carried on the wind. So
Yeah.
the wind is coming this direction.
Mm-hmm. And going against the wind would just be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Raise the sail! Make for Madeira!
And you guys continue. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I'm just copying whatever he's saying. As first mate, I don't know what I'm doing.
You guys continue making your staying on course to Madeira. Spend a few more hours. It's very lovely weather. A little cold though. It's not bright. It's not warm, but it's not yet freezing. You guys are definitely sailing during fall, fall season, and you feel that. As you guys are continuing to sail further, another 30 miles or so this day, closer to Madeira, you will see off to the side. Actually, Crows, do some perception checks for me, or just one perception check for me. Yeah, with ease. Curtis will be able to spot some very large whales, like what do they call them? A pod, where they're a family. Kind of start to swim alongside your ship. And some of them kind of approach a little closer than you would be comfortable with, but not enough to affect your boat. One of them will come up and will release one of its spouts and cover the deck with some water. And Sebastian and some of the royal family members will kind of lean over and start kind of talking to it in a little bit of gibberish / Aquan. It's just you understand Aquan, Joe, so you understand it, but they're really just kind of just talking.
I do have the necklace too.
Yeah, it's kind of chit chat, and
I speak it as well.
yeah. Do you? I think you might.
Yeah, I took Primordial.
Oh, yep, you're good to go then. Yeah, you hear it too, and they're just kind of saying that the whales kind of exchanging pleasantries, and they're like, "I'm so glad that you guys are alive, and that not all of the royal family is passed. We haven't, Triton. No one, has communicated with Triton in forever, and that only Ursula and the tales from the deep, basically what's going on in Atlantis and how Ursula is kind of her perversion on all the aquatic life she can touch now.
Wait, are the whales talking?
To Sebastian. Oh, I guess you guys can't really understand that part. They are talking to them and telling them what has kind of happened. You would imagine that the whale is exchanging words back to them. That explains the bit of the conversation with them. Does anyone else want to do anything?
Keep on rowing.
Okay. All right. Here comes another. Yeah, you guys have the wind going with you. So you'll arrive early in the morning the next day if at this rate. So it's at night. And as you guys are coming to rest your heads again, Prentice, I imagine you're still in the process. Go ahead and do one more perception check. Okay, you do have no problem. You'll see off in the distance. This one is about 15 miles away. A ship off to your east, so right in this direction. You'll see a ship kind of it's waiting in the ocean out there with no flag being flown right now.
How far away is it?
It's about 15 miles away.
All right. Just so I'm not yelling, because I'm going to assume other people are sleeping. I'm going to shadow step down and then let Bart know.
This be troubling. He'll go and gather the main crew or the main party and ask if they want to investigate it.
I mean, I suggest not.
Deja vu.
We have the royal family with us. Might as well just keep going.
Yeah, plus if they're not flying a flag, that's suspicious as hell.
It really is.
I know it be meaning that they be part of they either be raiders or they be part of the Republic, if it still be one. Somebody thinking they can get an easy buck. I need to find a flag again.
Probably. Where would it go when the boat turned back into paper?
This is a good question.
The sail stays with it. It would go with the sail.
Huh.
All right.
But if that be the opinion of ye all, to mid-ear.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to sail forward. Carlos, do you go back to the crow's nest?
Yep. And then I'll keep my eye out over there.
About you don't go that far. I'm just moving you a little bit ahead, but you travel for around another hour, and Curtis, that ship just seems to be following you, and it's kind of hard to gauge, but it seems to be gaining speed.
All right. I will relay that to everybody else. Like how much faster does it appear that they are compared to us?
This is a pretty massive ship. Let me see what they call it. I want to say galley, but that doesn't sound big enough. Let's mess up with all of them. Ships. I mean, it's quite larger than the boat you guys are on right now.
Is it comparable in size to the first pirate ship we came across?
Yeah. Yes, it is. I'm trying to find out where that ship is. Longship. Is that what it was? Sorry, I guess I don't think that's right either. I think it's a galley is the correct name for the ship.
All right. So pretty much, I'll just go down. Feel like the ship's about the same size as the first pirate ship we came across, and it's gaining on us.
Snuff out the lights.
I will help snuff
Alright.
out the lights as well.
A galleon ship. Sorry. So you guys are doing what with the lights?
We're taking them out.
Snuffing out the lights.
Okay.
Josel is going to get out one of his continual flame torches. He's going
Hey,
to bring-
boy, put it away.
He's going to bring Ichabod, hands the torch to Ichabod, and tell him to go that way.
Smart.
Okay.
I'm going to mark off the torch.
And you lose connection with Ichabod once he gets 500 feet away? Or how
I
far?
lose communication at 100 feet. But I
Okay.
just want him to just go that direction, just keep on trucking.
Gotcha. All right. You still have miles of distance between you and the ship that's following you guys. So with that light kind of trailing away, you do see the ship. Well, you know what? Let me do this. I should just roll this. How perceptive is he? Oh boy, I don't care how perceptive you are. One just not gonna do it. All right, so he is going to fall for that and start following the light a little bit. You guys do get some more distance from this, but you go ahead and give me another perception roll, Cronus.
A cunning idea there, Mr. Josel.
You will see that they have kind of realized that they were being duped and they have kind of redirected course. But they don't seem like they're heading directly at you, suggesting they may not really know exactly where you are with your lights being snuffed. There is some moonlight, so you're not completely in darkness, but it seems to, for now, you guys have still a little bit of a jump on them. I imagine you guys are just pressing forward as fast as possible.
How big is the ship?
It is a galleon, so let me take a picture, show you a picture.
Or no, our ship.
Smaller.
Yours, long ship, I think.
It's
24-foot long ship.
yeah, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like a Viking longship,
'Cause I was just
like one of the Greek warships from way back in ancient Greece.
I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
turret,
think.
terrain, whatever those are called.
Over there.
Yeah, because I was just thinking we could have Cronus kind of make it where they can't see us, and then but I would have to be your eyes, Captain.
We're smaller than they are.
You can see farther than I do. Aye. Mr. Cronus, you're relieved from crow's nest duty.
I will climb down, disgruntled as all can be.
Cronus, you think you can kind of make the ship disappear from their sight by making us in a ball of darkness?
Wait, are they following us?
Maybe wanting to. We lost them for now, but they know where we went.
As long as they can't see us, because if they can see us and we turn into a ball of darkness, they just track the ball of darkness.
Aye.
That is true.
We could just fold the ship back up and hide underwater. They're looking for a boat, right?
all of us
Aye.
can swim.
Get your water-breathing squirrels. Alert Sebastian and the others. We be going underwater.
Yep.
All right.
Put on my wacky looking helmet.
Everyone in the water, quietly.
Everyone in the water.
And
Florida, are you having any trauma right now? Because she's like, fuck you, Silent. We're almost to dry land and you're taking us back underwater.
I just got my hair dry.
deities first mate Lorna.
I'll
Be
try
back on
it
the ship
later.
as
Think
soon
your
as we
hair-
lost them.
I'll
Just think
help
the hair is
dry
all
it later.
grainy and stuff with all the salt.
Oh god, it's
Oh.
gonna it's gonna go
How
bad.
about this? When we get to Madeira, we'll see if there's a nice place where we can get a proper bath and get our hair cleaned.
Oh god, please.
Once everybody's off and in the water, he'll hold the side of the vessel and whisper land ho, and it'll fold back up into a little paper boat. Oh, beneath the water and deep. You don't need to. They can hold out lights and see about maybe 10 to 30 feet below.
All right, so probably want to get 60 feet.
How about just swim?
Hey,
That too.
if you be swimming, do it under the water so so there won't be noise.
I mean, there might be something I can do as well. So real quick, a dawn did go by. Like a full
yeah.
day has gone by. Yes.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So what I would like to do is once they are, as long as they get within 150 feet, I'm gonna cast Sleet Storm.
As soon as they get within 100 feet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fair enough. All right. You guys are just kind of standing still, or are you guys swimming forward, though?
Swimming forward, I guess.
I mean, I would recommend swimming down and forward so we get a
Yep,
little bit
down
under
and
the
forward.
surface.
Okay. So how far away, how deep do you want to stay from the surface then? 100 feet? 80 feet?
80 feet.
Let's go
Between
80.
60 and 80 feet.
Okay.
80 feet's good.
All right. So you guys swim down 80 feet. And it takes some time to get that deep, and as well as moving forward to keep forward progress. But you guys have got a lot of swimming under your belt, so you guys aren't out of your element at all. And as you guys are make it down there and swim still in the direction of Madeira, you do start to see the waves start to chop and a vessel approach your area. It's about probably 3 to 4 miles off to the distance, but it is in your general area, and it seems to be kind of now taking wide sweeps and kind of cruising, and you will hear under the muffled water the sound of two cannon shots, and then a pause, and then 2 more cannon shots from the ship, and it turns and sails away.
Give it about an hour before I come back up.
Okay.
And is it still there? Is it within viewing sight?
After an hour, you do see it pass one more time, but it's no longer in viewing sight for you now. It basically came back about a half hour later, then boated away once more. It's still kind of seeking something, but it seems very random in direction and kind of guessing.
Swim back down. Up now.
I am a little curious as to who they are and what they want.
Did I get a
Yep.
look at the ship itself? Did I see like any like I know they didn't have a flag, but what
Is
ships
there a
always had
name
like
written
this.
on it?
No, probably not a name, but there's always like a thing on the front of it.
Oh,
Oh, the
Display thing.
that's
like
not what it's
a
called. But yeah,
something.
like the mastheading or something like that. No, what's it called?
I have to look up Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Damn it.
I
Boating terminology.
the mermaids or whatever they usually put on the front.
It's called a
What is
figurehead.
it here?
Is it called a figurehead?
Yeah,
Yep.
figureheads. Yeah.
I would've
We
never
overthought
guessed
that a
So-
lot.
What I've recognized like a figurehead or maybe the color of the ship. If I can even discern color within the moonlight.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm wondering with you guys fleeing and being the distance it was, how much we get from it. I will say that are you trying to discern? What are you trying to discern in your perception? Are you trying to discern like who it might belong to, or are you trying to discern who from how it looks like who it might just possibly? Like if you're just trying to just grasp at straws.
I'm not
I
trying to
guess.
discern who owns the ship. I'm trying to discern if it's a ship that I know.
Okay,
Because ships last a lot longer than people.
let's do this. Go ahead and do a perception check. Okay. Oh, damn. All right. So by looking at the ship, Bart, you're not sure who might crew it, but not to be judgmental of your own kind, if you would. It seems to be a more pristine and official. I guess more better kept. Maybe it belongs to either honest working or maybe what not honest working. What's shit I'm looking for? More I guess ships from the capital maybe.
Okay.
But it is, but they're not flying capital flags or anything.
Which is weird because they would usually do that. Unless they're like expecting pirates and they're trying to stake it out. I'm not too sure. I haven't been here in over 100 years, I think. But we'll go back down and wave everybody up. To be a vessel of the capital, though still well kept. Not be flying colors, though. I'll find out once we're in the city.
Yep.
And once everybody's back out, once again, spiced rum and back on sailing.
All right. And you guys make it forward another couple hours without any events. And you finally see Wadir off in the distance. And as you approach closer, you see that there is some smoke on the water, as if there was some bit of a fight the night prior. And but you see that a lot of the Madeira guard and stuff that you saw last time you were here are moving around and repairing and rebuilding things at the kingdom. And a lot of it seems somber because of another deadly night. But seeing your ship approach causes a little energy in the people as they are concerned that maybe another enemy is approaching. What do you guys do as you approach?
I mean, it's up to them. He hasn't been to Madeira in a long time.
I don't know.
This is we didn't really discuss what we are gonna do when we got back here.
I mean,
They're just kind of they're not like turning hostile. They obviously, as you closer you guys approach, they know that you're not another assailant or something, but they are very just interested as you are pulling into port.
Oh, then nothing.
Yep.
If they start pulling out weapons, Lorna will go to the front of the ship, bow?
The bow.
The bow of the ship.
Yep.
I need to get this open.
I did post a list of nautical terms.
Yes, I didn't open it. It might help.
It would have been at the stern for most of the trip.
Yeah, if they start getting aggressive, she'll go to the bow of the ship and call out. If it happens, she'll go call it out.
You will see as you guys are coming. Several guards are starting to come to the docks and assemble to greet you. And you will also notice a familiar face amongst them, though he does not seem. He has never really given you a warm vibe. He seems less warm and cordial than usual. Is Taikao.
Seems what?
He just seems not as friendly and warm as usual. Seems he's very serious face right now, like down to business. And
Is everything all right?
well, he does. You guys are right next to you. You guys are still docking, right?
Yeah.
We're docking.
Okay, so you guys are a fair distance away. He's at the end of the dock with a lot of his guardsmen waiting for you guys to get off the boat and introduce yourselves. He waits a few moments after you've made anchor or tied off. Do you guys what do you guys want to do as you get off the boat?
They haven't met Bart, have they? Shit.
And presumably he's still a skeleton.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah. Lorna.
So-
I'm gonna cast light near Bart. This will put it in bright light.
That'll work.
that'll work.
Why the long face?
Well, you guys haven't got that. He doesn't see you guys yet.
I'm just gonna look at Bart. Don't leave the light while we're in town.
Do you think me a dunce?
I mean, it's been a while since you've been on land, so times have changed.
It's still the city still has the same smell. Makes a perfume to cover up all the stink.
Speaking of which, I will use prestidigitation to kind of get rid of some of that stench.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
You still need a bath, but this should help.
What I'd be needing is a good wash of these clothes. But we'll be doing that in the morning.
So, who's what are you guys? Who's stepping off the boat first, or who?
I'll go off
what are you guys
first.
doing? Okay.
I try to race her, but end up behind her anyway. But I went off the damn boat.
Okay.
Same. But
Oh,
I
we're all
gotta
Oh,
stay.
sorry.
I mean, I gotta stay within 20 feet of Bart. Bart's fine.
Sorry about that, guys. I couldn't mute the mic fast enough.
All good.
You're
Well,
fine.
you can cast light on something of his.
Yeah, you can cast light on like his sword or something.
You know what? I'll have it be his shoulder.
But it has to be an item.
It has to be an item.
He has clothes.
Cast it on his hat.
On his head, it is.
So, as you step off the boat, Lorna, are you wearing your normal attire? Is there anything different about you, or do you kind of look similar to when you first left Madeira?
I look mostly the same. My hair is probably still sopping wet with how much of it I have. And I have a different cloak on. That's about it.
Okay. So he's going to immediately recognize you, and you're going to, as being the first person off the boat, and him seeing you first, his body language immediately shifts from on guard to we got to get to them and help as soon as possible. So he kind of says something to his men, and they start rushing towards you. But this is more of a call to aid than it is like you're under arrest as soon as they recognize that you're friendly. Taikao approaches you and he's like, "It's good to see you, Lord, that you and your that you guys have returned. Hopefully, all of you made it back. What news do you bring?"
Well, unfortunately, not all of us have made it back, and unfortunately, there's probably worse news, although I don't think it should be said in this public place. So I think it's best that the sooner we get to the capital, the main city, and talk to Ariel, the better. We were able to save most of the royal family.
Most.
Aye.
Please. He kind of stumbles for a moment, like he wants to ask immediately the question that is immediately burning, but he heeding your words, and this is not where we should talk about this. He bites his tongue almost literally to stop the words from coming from his mouth.
Understanding what he's going through, I look at him and I shake my head in like a somber no.
Okay. No.
I'm sorry. We weren't there at the time.
That's not the place to talk about this, but I have so much to ask. Is everyone okay, or does anyone need any attention as soon as they arrive?
I think we're mostly fine. I think we should just get in and get everybody situated.
Has everyone come off the boat at this point?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
He'll kind of look at all of you, examining your faces, and just recognizing each of you. He will recognize Joseph and everything, and say, "I'm so glad that you all made it back. You all actually quite incredible." And he sees Sebastian, and immediately he just kneels down and goes, "Lord Sebastian, I never thought I would see you in many, many, many more years." And he kind of approaches Taikao and goes, "You've done well here, Madeira, watching over Ariel." He goes, "I wish the same fate would be with you, and I know you suffer a great loss, Sebastian, as all of us has." And he kind of just nods and again tries to hush him and say, "Let's proceed with getting the rest of the royal family and back into to the castle and in safe quarters, and start just make sure that they're all okay." And with the help of some of the guardsmen, they'll help kind of pull the body off that you guys have managed to somewhat wrap in this disguise, so it wasn't quite obvious who it is, but the tension in the air and the fact that they only see the royal daughter shoot off the boat is definitely impacting the group. And though the words have not been said, it's quite obvious what might have transpired. Taikao will lead some of the guardsmen that are carrying the body, and they head to the palace. I imagine you all join them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You follow pursuit. The guards do follow you off the dock after just to make sure that your boat is well taken care of. They stop at the end of the dock where you guys where they first were on guard. They all kind of pause, staring at your group, walking to the castle. Just kind of.
I mean, Bart would just fold it back up and put it in his pocket. So
Oh, good
never need to
call.
worry about it.
Oh, what? It's okay. Sorry. Good job. But you guys follow the off, and the guard stops at the docks, and they just look upon your group, and you can just feel the depression and the low morale from this excitement of your return, and it's not that your accomplishment is not grand. It's just that they know what it also means with who has returned with you. Just want to be clear, it's not ill will towards you guys. So you guys return to the castle, and it is late at night, but it seems like some have been rushed ahead of you and have brought to the attention, and you are able to seek audience at the private chambers with Queen Ariel and King Eric this night, and that's where we're going to call it for the night.
All right.
Sorry, I was trying to speed you guys up at the end a little bit just to kind of get to a good stopping point.